What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. My name is Knackers, and today is Sunday, December 9th, 2018.
Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just dropped a light is all, you know.
Oh my God. And this is episode number 79, totally not starting with any technical difficulties. This episode is a 1v1, and today I'm very honored to say that your camera is falling. No, you have a stand desk.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't activate that. Hold on, 1 second.
You're good. I'm just going to keep going. I don't need you for like a minute and a half.
Okay, good.
Today on the show, I'm very honored to announce that we have the OBS master and maestro himself, TheSushiDragon. How you doing down there, dude?
I'm doing fantastic. Just got I lost a wire that's very...
Yep, you're good.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Knackers.
What's going on, dude?
Shaka's in the chat. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. Let me just spider. Holy shit. Sorry. Excuse my language.
You're fine.
This is a PG. Okay, hold on.
Somebody else can run the show.
Okay, hold on.
Anyways,
I'm still here. Okay.
You're good. Yeah, you're good, man. During the show, if you guys want to ask any questions to be answered during the question and answer at the end of the show, use the exclamation Q command followed by your question, and the bot will grab it and we'll answer those at the end of the show. If we are not live and you'd like to ask a question or submit any kind of feedback at all, remember you can always send me an email to crocs@knackers.com. And lastly, if you enjoy the podcast and you would like to support without spending a goddamn dime, please consider leaving a review for the podcast on iTunes. You okay?
Yes, I'm back. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
You're very welcome. Let's get this shindig started. So normally what I do is first and foremost, I go through a bunch of like lame cookie cutter questions. What it does.
Cookies.
Ooh, I love cookies. What this does is helps chat figure out which side of the fence you are on when it comes to like certain first world minute problems, but things that are important to us here in 2018. So are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first one's not really a fence question, but please take a second, let everybody know who you are and where you're from.
Hey, what's up? I'm the Sushi Dragon, and I am from not from California, but I moved up here way long ago. And what was the other questions?
Yeah, that was it. Where are you from?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you moved to California. Where did you move from? And if any of these things are too personal, feel free to just say.
Yeah. I'm from Hawaii.
Are you really?
Yeah, I moved out as soon as I was 18. I didn't.
Wasn't having it?
Yeah.
I know. I moved out when I was 18 as well, so I know how that goes.
Hey, we went horribly for me. I got into a lot of debt. I isolated myself for like 4 years because well, no, it didn't go like that, but I moved into kind of my friend, and he let me so I could afford rent. I slept in his closet. I played with him a little bit. Video games.
Yeah.
We played Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. But yeah, so I tried the whole YouTube thing because he was a YouTuber at the time, and I worked at Target while I was doing the YouTube thing, and it almost worked out until my videos got taken down and they got copyright strikes, and I kind of just gave up. And
so, timeline wise, was this back in like 2013 ish?
2011.
Oh, so
10, 11,
even
10.
before that. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you like do YouTube? Like how long was it like, okay, the switch is on, I'm trying this, and how long was
it was for a good wow, it's a good question. I don't 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Long time. And so before you even came to Twitch, the struggle of having a job and trying to be a content creator.
Yeah. Yeah. And not only that, we're on YouTube. There is no subscribe button, so you have to make free content until someone until an advertiser came in and said, "Hey, we'll pay you this much." I'm like, "Oh, thank God," and that's how I paid the bills.
Right. Wow. Okay. So I had no idea that you had a massive viral video until I started digging into your life and figuring out what you were
Yeah,
about.
you went in deep, huh? That video was supposed to like solidify my career at the time, because there was this whole like thing where like when an editor puts your video editor's pick on the front page of YouTube, you're good. Like you're gonna get at least the next video is 100,000. That's gonna pay the rent for the month. And the next one, you're like, you're good. And then I was getting up there. I was like, oh yeah, front page, finally. And then this just guy had no authority to take it down. He made a report on it. I didn't know how to handle it right. And then it got taken down, and I lost all that momentum. And I was like, man, there's so many hoops. And not only that, while I was doing that, I was already going through so many hoops, like copyright. I bought music. I educated myself with Creative Commons, and yet they were still telling me I couldn't put ads on their video because they said I didn't own it. And I was like, here is a written statement by the artist saying, yes, you can use the song for production purposes, and I even paid for it. And it was like, sorry, it's not good enough. It was just that communication was just so bad.
Yeah.
So I gotta hand it to Twitch. Twitch is the last platform where it's just like, if you like that creator, you can directly support them, and it's crazy. It's not that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Well,
I've been everywhere else.
right. It's because I think now YouTube has is it the support button? What do they have that's for $4.99 now?
Oh yeah, there's like a sub button too now, but it's so bad. No one does it. It's not YouTube culture to support a YouTuber. It's YouTubers have become very celeb culture. It's like you have to be relevant to make a living on YouTube.
Right.
There was a time where there were small communities that could make a living as content creators. There was a time where there was a lot of creators that had a lot of passion and drive for just creating, not trying to make viral videos. And that's what attracted me to YouTube in the first place. I met so many small creators the same way I met on Twitch that made a living. And I was like, oh my God, this sounds like me, because I love expressing and creating. And then YouTube slowly pushed them out because that's just how the platform worked. They rely on advertisers. And if the advertisers don't like your stuff, they're not going to put ads there, and you can't create anymore. And because the viewers, they either have to like sell merch or something that's just too much. That's too much. You got to be business savvy for that. Like, I just want to create.
At least 15 calls to action in one 10-minute video.
Yeah. It's so it doesn't feel genuine. Like you have to do all this. You have to do all this ungenuine things just to make a living on it. At that point, you might as well just get a job. Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Right. Do you ever feel like, because that's always sort of kind of a thought like in the back of my head, where all of these things that streamers might have to do in order to make this a living, like run ads in the middle of shows, or do calls to actions, or do sponsored content for stuff that they're not really that interested in. Do you ever feel like you don't have, not the balls, but yeah, you just don't have like that business state of mind where like, I would rather just create because I enjoy it and because I want to make other people happy and not make as much money as possible? Like, I feel like that if and when I ever get that chance, that I'll probably fail because I don't think I want to do any of those things.
I could finally play ads, and I keep forgetting that. Like, it's okay to play an ad if I gotta go pee, but I keep forgetting that I even have it. That's why I'm trying to like find a button for it or something to push it or something.
Do you have a Stream Deck?
Yeah, I have Stream Deck. Yeah,
I think Stream Deck has a
yeah.
Okay,
I just keep forgetting. Like, but ads play like automatically, so I can't even control it. Before I could control ads on at YouTube, you can control what videos have ads.
Right.
But you can't do that with Twitch. They're just gonna give you ads, and I'm like, okay, free money. Yeah.
How does I've never actually had this conversation with a partner how ads work. So like right now, if I go to, there was a time where I went to Dr. Disrespect's channel, and this is after my Prime had renewed, and it was Adpocalypse time, and there was 2.5 minutes straight of advertisements when I clicked on the channel.
Damn.
And then maybe 20 minutes. You have? Oh my. And then 20 minutes later.
I've never experienced that on another channel, but and I've been seeing a lot of ads on, that ad? She's back! The Tostinos?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. she's home or something. Oh my god, it's stuck in my head.
And then before that, it was like, yeah, it was the football NFL commercials.
Yeah, I've never had one longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was me and my girlfriend counted. It was, yeah, you like that butthole? Take it in, buddy.
Really unexpected.
Yeah, as soon as he knows that I'm live, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come make an appearance. Spin this way, buddy." It was 6 ads in a row. Like we counted how many, and it was sometimes the same ad playing over twice.
Oh my god, I think he's doing it manually because I don't know.
It was like in the middle of gameplay. I mean, he could have been. There's a chance.
Well, it could have been a mod doing it, but either way, I think it's done by the partnership. I don't know, or an editor can do it.
Okay. Do you what sort of control do you have over pre-roll ads?
Oh, let me check. I actually haven't checked
because that's something I've never actually been pretty sure on.
It just says play ads and when you want to play them and oh, it says like, yeah, you can do an ad break length. So I'm pretty sure he just like maxes that out. I'm just like, I'm doctor. I'm going to do it.
Can you imagine what 2.5 minutes of ads looks like to 20,000 people? Like the revenue.
I don't play. Yeah. The reason why I don't play ads is because I don't necessarily need to, you know, like I don't think a lot of streamers understand when someone subscribes to you, they are the ads.
Right.
Like, they are the ad money. Like they're essentially saying, "Hey, I like your content," and they're directly paying you to keep producing it. That's unheard of because they're technically your sponsors. So I don't. You gotta have a balance. Like I see all these streamers, I get these like a bunch of subscribers, and yet they still really put a lot of effort into getting more like advertiser sponsors.
Yep. Crazy.
I'm just like, you don't really need to stress out on that kind of stuff because you already have it. They're right in front of you. And the reason why you don't want that is because when you accept big advertisers, there are certain stuff you cannot do or cannot say.
Right.
And it's just like, why give up that creative control when people are already giving you direct support? You know?
Right. And you can do whatever to an extent, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, what is genuine to you. You could but then people choose the other route where they want other sponsorships because it's somehow easier, I guess.
Yep.
Less effort, yeah.
When you see somebody totally random, it's like, oh, by the way, sponsored by Hot Pockets. It's like, what? What? I've never seen you eat a single fucking Hot Pocket.
Yeah. I don't know why you would want to give up creative control for a company, you know? It's just why are you I don't know, it's just
unless it's stuff that you use like every day, like, oh, Discord wants to sponsor you, or the whatever company of the USB audio interfaces that you use the most. It's like, yeah, I'll take you on if you guys like my stuff.
Yeah. I feel like if you do accept sponsorships, it should be part of your it should stay true to you. Like for example, I've been talking with chair sponsorships. I've been wanting to not just they always come up to me and go like, "Hey, here's a chair sponsorship." And they'll slap on like a discount code. I'm just like, that's just why would I was like, I'm not your salesman. Like that's your job. And then why not like create entertainment value out of it if you're gonna partner with someone? So I wanted to do something where I don't know if you saw me when I interviewed you. I did like the interview jutsu thing.
Yes.
I wanted to do like a sellout jutsu where instead of the couches, it's their chairs that come up.
There you go.
And both me and you would be on the chair. And you know, one of that segment where we played that fake ad.
Yep.
We do like a hilarious improv with their chairs. And you know that's entertaining to both the viewer, and I think that's gonna leave a much lasting impact rather than, hey, use my code this for 5% off.
Right.
And it's like they get commissions or something.
And that's something that's like, way more like a viewer is way more open to that sort of ad, to being like, oh, he's sort of kind of tying it into his show and making it funny or having like adding some comedic value to it instead of just like, here's my Hot Pockets code. Oh, ham and cheese only, 10% off.
Just slap on it. Like that's the only time where you could say Yeah, because I always get that. I was, because this one time the one viewer said I was selling out, and it was kind of offensive. You never want, you kind of want to balance that out, and you don't necessarily want to call every streamer a sellout because at some point you got to make a living.
Yep.
I'm just, it's just like once you have that balance, you gotta like really, you gotta acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
Your subs are your sponsors. Your hot pockets is not what you want to, creative differences maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Do you work another job, or do you do just Twitch right now?
Right now I just do Twitch.
Awesome.
Which sucks because I haven't been able to stream. I don't even know if I'm a full-time streamer. I think I'm a full-time content creator because, like, from the moment I wake up, it's either fixing OBS or creating something for OBS or for the stream. But because of that, because everything is done in-house, and I can't afford to pay anyone to do it for me yet, I like stream like maybe every 2 or 1 day,
Okay.
every other day, sometimes every 3 days, and it gets and a lot of people say like, dude, you don't even stream, you don't take it seriously. I'm just like, dude, from the moment I wake up,
I'm working.
and the moment I go to sleep, I'm on my computer, and I actually don't even have time for myself.
And that's something that I can't urge to people enough is when some people come up to me and they're like, how do you come up with these ideas? How do you find the time? And I'm like, listen, you should be spending as much time, take a week and look at how much time you stream. You should be spending an equal amount looking at yourself, your own content, spending time in other people's channels and to getting ideas, working from home. Yeah. Like it's not all about just being live and being visible. It's
it's just like I can't make new stuff if I'm just live,
Exactly.
People are giving me all this support and subs and everything, and I want to take that and create with it. I'm just like, isn't that what you like enjoy instead of just me taking it and just kind of just sitting there and being like, oh, thanks.
And giving you the same show every day.
Yeah. I just keep it coming. I just like, no, I'm taking it. I'm giving it my all. It's so hard to show unless you're streaming.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, we totally didn't go off the rails on that. That was the first question. That was the first of 17.
Okay. 17?
No,
wow.
I'm just kidding. Okay. It used to be a little bit longer, but I'm trying to, every podcast, I'm shortening my list of cookie cutter questions.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get better at coming up with questions. Because here's the problem. When I'm trying to interview people, I have a script, like a bare bones thing that I go by. But every second that I'm looking at the script, trying to prepare for my next question, I'm not giving the guest my full attention. So I'm like trying to train myself into
just
doing it all from the brain.
Self-improvement, baby.
Yep. Speak. Tony Stark, hello?
No, I was just throwing this out. It's magnet, and yeah.
It looked like you were about to float into space.
Sorry about that.
No, all good, man. What other profession than the one you're currently doing would you do if you weren't a full-time content creator?
My goal was to just work a typical job and just continue creating until the day I die. That's what I got. That's what I did for the entire streaming career I had until recently, where it could start paying for itself.
Right.
I was okay with that. I was honestly okay with that. I love I didn't want to take time off creating to pursue anything else. Like, I know a lot of people saying, a lot of my family telling me, oh, you should, go back to school and get a career or something. I'm just like, it was like, I really know this is me though. I don't mind not making this amount a year as long as I could pay the bills and live. Like, I had a very low standard of minimalistic life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to buy. Yeah.
How was that transition going from working full time and creating to creating? Do you feel like mentally anything has changed? Like outside of the realm of the obvious where, oh yeah, it's way easier, I have more energy. Like, did anything mentally change for you when you realized that you could spend all of your time working towards your creative craft instead of having to devote energy towards the mundane everyday paycheck?
Uh, I guess, yeah, it took out a lot of stress. That's about it.
But
But then
everything has still been kind of the same since.
yeah, that's because like that was my mindset. Like I was like at my job, I was like, I'm okay with working this job because it gives me enough time to stream.
Right.
I purposely rejected positions at my job because I wanted to stream. Now I even wanted to change job when they started to force my hand. I even wanted to I sent in my 2 weeks in just to find another job where I could keep that pace so I can stream. And then when I sent my 2 weeks in, I found another job, and then I got partnered, and then the other job that I was accepted for hired me, but they kind of didn't at the same time. So I kind of like lost my job at the same time I got another one.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was like all by chance. Yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Scared though.
Describe your perfect Sunday morning.
My perfect Sunday morning is every morning. It should be. I don't know why people like look for specific days. It's like you should be living your life the way you want it every day, not just Sunday.
The way that the reason I like asking this question is because Sunday is always the day where people have two mindsets. It's either the day where I do absolutely nothing because Monday is the worst and I have to go back to
Okay, so
doing
like,
what I
yeah.
hate.
So like, what's the perfect day off? Okay, I get it.
Or you ask people and they go, well, Sunday's the day where I have nothing else going on, so I'm able to do 8 hours of work. Which Sunday is kind of like my half leisure day, half work day. Because like wake up, I start prepping my stuff for the following week. I do the scripts and all the graphic work for the podcast. I'll start preparing some like social media posts for the next week. Like Sunday is my day to take a step back from real life and like primarily focus on content. And the reason I like asking that is because I always get a feel for what kind of person somebody is when they say, oh, well, you know, I sleep in until noon, like go out to eat.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So my perfect day off would be to uh to strengthen myself as a best version of myself. I like look for inspiration, like go out, watch a good movie, experience a good atmosphere. It's really a day where you just self-discover. Cause like you get so easily caught up with work. You don't see yourself growing as a person. Yeah, I think that's most important. Is just like see what habits you want to get rid of, and see what makes you the best version of yourself. And a lot of it comes with discovery and inspiring yourself, because a lot of ideas that come from inspiration. So
100%. And what I like that you said about that is we're lucky because we have hundreds and hundreds of hours of documented like content that we can go back and look at to reflect.
Yes, I have. You ever been inspired by your own content? Is that a little weird?
No, not at all. I laugh at myself all the time. I think that's important.
Yeah, I was like looking at some of my old stuff. I was like, wow, I did that effect, and I was like, I want to add that effect again. And I was just like, I was like, oh, I could add something else with that effect, and I'm just like, wow. And I don't get that a lot with a lot of content creators. It's very one-sided.
Yep. It's because everybody's different. There's some people who every day is a new day and they don't look back. And then there's some people who dwell way too much on their past to the point where they're not growing. So again, like you said, with trying to find that balance too.
Balance.
Yeah. Next up, what's your biggest pet peeve?
People that exploit the carpool lane.
See, I don't even know what that's like because that doesn't exist in my state.
Really?
Yeah, no such thing.
I see them all the time. And it's just such a blatant act of s-
Oh,
I'm a condescending asshole. You know, it's just like it's like, sorry, I'm late. I gotta get to where I need to be. He's like, everyone's gotta get to where they need to be. What makes you different? I was like, oh, I'm rich, or I'm important. And I'm just like, no one's more important than the other person. And I wish people, I wish the police, instead of trying to speed check every single soccer mom, I think they could make a lot of money exploit checking the carpool lane,
there needs to
because
be
it
a
runs on the
person
honor
scanner.
system.
It really
Yeah.
does. And is that going to work in today's day and age?
Yeah, the honor system, no way.
No, unfortunately.
Car drivers are like internet trolls in real life. They like, you know how like the internet makes trolls become trolls because they're hiding behind their anonymity.
Yeah.
Well, in driving, people are trolls in driving because they're hiding behind their 4-ton vehicle, piece of
Tinted
metal, and
windows.
yeah, and they wouldn't act like that in real life.
No.
But because they're in a car and they need to do what they want, it's selfish. It's just like it really emphasizes the selfish nature of human beings, and
So,
which is why I'm fully transitioning to a dragon by next year.
ooh, are you, is it half sushi, half dragon, or are you just going full dragon?
No, food dragon, food
Okay,
dragon.
fair.
Sushi dragon is just a dragon that likes to eat sushi. That's all.
Oh, okay. Dragon roll, one of my top favorites.
Nah,
I thought you said
so
nah.
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 I was gonna be like, that's a Caucasian roll. It's not a authentic Japanese roll. But you know,
I'm
we're not
sorry.
gonna get.
I'm so sorry.
No, we're not.
I don't know
We're
any
not gonna
better.
get culture here.
So I'm from.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
It's-
I'm not pedantic.
Yeah, we'll see. Because now if I ever see you in real life, I'm gonna order like 4 portions of just dragon roll, and then some like not hot sake, not cold sake, but like just like lukewarm, and I'm gonna eat that sushi with a
Yeah.
fork, and we'll see what happens. uh, shit, I totally had a. Was it about
Were you
dragon?
at TwitchCon last year?
Not last year, but the year before.
I mean, this year.
Am I going to TwitchCon?
I mean, no. I mean, the last TwitchCon you weren't there, right?
I was not there. Yeah, we went the year before, and it was good. And then we were going to do other
I was there.
things. You were there, okay? So we were gonna do
It's
like
funny,
other
I used to live there.
in what? It was Long Beach 2 years
Long
ago.
Beach.
Was it Long Beach again?
Yeah, I used to live there, and then no, I used to live there. That's why I went. I couldn't afford to go, but I went anyways because I lived there. And then I was forced to move up to Northern Cal, and then they announced that it was going to be Northern Cal. I was like, hey, look at this! It's following me. It's got to mean something, you know?
Wow.
I got to be doing this. Yeah. So I
Lucky.
got there.
Yeah, we were planning on going, and then we decided to plan to go to other vacations that summer, and then so we didn't end up going. But we're going to be going this next year. Granted,
Hell yeah.
did they announce the city already?
Yeah, it's in freaking Germany. I don't think I can afford that.
Wait, no, that's a separate TwitchCon.
Wait, what?
That's a separate TwitchCon.
Berlin? That's the next one.
No, that's a separate one.
Wait, there's 2 TwitchCons at the same year?
Yeah, I thought there was going to be one in Berlin that was going to be in like our winter time, and then another. I didn't think that was the only
What?
one.
When did they announce 2 different TwitchCons the same year?
Chat, can anyone confirm or deny?
Do you have 2 different TwitchCons?
I think now they do.
Wow. Because this one was sold out. I'm not gonna lie.
Already?
The
Or you mean the
2000
one that you went to? Okay.
Yeah, I'd never seen that happen. They didn't. The other one was so chill. I walked up and got a ticket. This one, we thought we could do the same thing. We walked up. We was like, oh, can we get a ticket for my girlfriend? And he's like, they're sold out. And I was like, oh my god, I just drove 2 hours for nothing.
Oh no.
And then my friend helped me out though. They saved me. Oh my god, thank God.
Yeah, there's 2 different ones. Chat confirmed.
Really?
Yeah, because I think the one that's coming up in Berlin is what, in March or April? It's either that, and then yeah, there's a US TwitchCon, which I don't think has been announced yet, like city-wise. And
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay.
yeah. So I guess it depends. If it's East Coast, I just don't see where it would be if it was on the East Coast. I don't mind traveling out to California. Like I'm going to travel no matter what. It's not like it's going to be in freaking Detroit, so I'm not holding my breath. But
Oh, so right now they're just trying to like get closer to the European community, so that's why they're having it there.
Yep, which I think is awesome because everybody's been having to like people from Australia having to fly all the way to West Coast, California just to go to TwitchCon. You know how fucking expensive that has to be? Ugh.
Yeah.
Too much.
TwitchCon Europe.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I don't see anything about them announcing it in the US.
I can't imagine like with Twitch headquarters being in California, I can't imagine them not doing a United States based one. Like they kind of have to. All right, next question. Burp or fart?
Burp. What? No, none of them. I mean, yeah, farts are just generally just smelly.
No enjoyment out of them whatsoever?
Oh, I love them. I love my own. You got to have pride in the brand, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But in general, I hate them.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. You ever just like check yourself, like every time you fart, just to give us a cup of soup. I'm healthy tonight.
Yep.
Gotta check your brand, yeah.
And there's times where it was a mistake. Like you just, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that.
That's when you know you made a premium fart, you know.
That's some Campbell's. That's a bowl of Campbell's you got there, bud.
When it offends you, that's when you should be proud of yourself. Because normally you're offended by other people's farts.
Right.
But when your own fart offends you, it's like, wow, I gotta hand it like hats off to you. You really went above and beyond.
Good job, butt cheeks.
Like, man. Yeah.
All right, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm from Hawaii, and not even Hawaiians like that shit.
Well, is there any sort of connection to it being called Hawaiian and Hawaii?
No, Hawaiians hate it. How they're connected to Hawaiian pizza because don't do that.
I can understand that.
I think Americans caused this.
They probably did. You're getting that mic static again. What'd you do?
Yeah, test it. Test.
Good.
What was that?
The flux capacitor. Did you just get a text message or something? The good old cellular interference?
Oh, no. I hope not. Jeez, I should be resistant to that. Anyways.
All right. Sun chips, harvest cheddar, garden salsa, or neither?
Original.
I
actually haven't had sun chips in a long time. They used to be my favorite chips. I need to get some.
What's your go-to now?
Chips?
Yeah.
My go-to chips is salt and vinegar Lay's.
Oh, you just love a cut-up mouth.
Questions are these? What? I'm an artist, all right? I'm an artist.
These are important.
I'm just kidding. I was making fun of this guy who had an interview. And he was on some kind of drugs or something, but he got offended by like really cookie cutter questions, and then he was just like, "Yo, what kind of question? I want questions about music and stuff." I don't know if you guys know his name, Christopher Drew. You guys
never heard? I was gonna say Wiz Khalifa because that sounded like something Wiz Khalifa would say.
No, he's just high all the time.
Speaking of high, another question: if you could bathe in anything other than water and be completely clean coming out of the other end, what would you choose?
Anything other than water.
Anything. Can be edible or not.
I would love to bathe in subscribers.
It's got to be like a physical thing. Well, I guess that would be money, right? Just bathing in dollars?
Yeah, money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coins?
No.
Coins?
That sounds so bad.
The truth comes out, chat.
I'm not a sellout. We just had this long 30-minute discussion. I would bathe in I got ravioli.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chef Boyardee,
Okay.
the spaghetti meatballs.
So this introduces the new question.
Oh,
What if you had to pick like one sort of like your go-to food? Like what's your
yeah.
favorite like genre of food?
Just cheap food that tastes good.
Ritz. Okay. That's fair.
Like,
You're not a
I was
carpool
I was
carpool of lane of foods kind of guy.
no, it depends on anything that's cheap, but one time like I spent like only like $6 on at Del Taco for like four tacos, a churro, a milkshake, and a drink. And it was only like $6, and it was the greatest meal of my life. And I love stuff like that.
Was that in California for $6?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Was this in the 1980s? I can't imagine any meal being cheaper than $10 in Cali.
Del Taco's the 79 cents taco.
I actually have never had Del Taco. We have plenty of them. I've never had
Oh
them.
yeah, and they have $1 milkshakes. They have $1 desserts, and that's what gets me because I don't need to eat any more than a $3 milkshake. You know those $3 milkshakes are just way too much ice cream. The $1 milkshakes are perfect. It's just like this big, and just like
Like size
you eating a
wise?
taco. Yeah.
I would say like 16 ounces is probably my preferred size for milkshakes. Eh,
My God, that is diabetes waiting to happen.
that's
Good luck.
I mean, it's a lot of milk, but I'm trying to think because you got like the Wendy's small version of like Frosties. And then,
Oh, I haven't seen those yet.
what? Have you never had a Frosty from Wendy's?
No,
Oh my
I've been
God.
wanting to. I haven't been to Sonic before.
Sonic's really good, but makes me feel
Yeah.
terrible. That's actually a place that I've written off completely because I always feel so terrible. But their motherfucking
Really?
blue raspberry Jolly Rancher slushies are super, super good.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right. Second to last question. Other than your everyday stream, what's like one of the craziest things to happen to you on the platform? Because I feel like
Oh my God, there's so many. I
every
can't
day
name it
you're
anymore.
like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I can't, dude. It's just so how the like I went from like 30 souls watching to 100 souls, and it was not gradual at all. It was just straight up overnight. Um, and it's really weird because it's like in between when that happened, there was just a bunch of stuff that you just can't make up that happens. Like being on that Raj Patel show, losing the first time and being asked to come again.
You were on
And
that
then
show?
yeah, and then the talent show, right?
Yeah.
And and then the second time I went on, they were gonna kick me out, and then I just, you know what I did? I just expressed myself. I just screamed and went Super Saiyan, like my effect went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And then they were kind of just like, oh, what is he doing? And then one of the girls were like, oh my God, he's going Super Saiyan. And then and before they were saying like, come back next time, come back with something new. And I'm just like I was just like everything, like you're missing the point. The whole experience is new. Like I froze time in front of them, and I trolled them, and it was such a great experience. That was the whole point. But they wanted something else apparently, and then I was just, anyways, they gave me a second chance, and then the next song I killed it. It was just the right song. I went all out, and then I ended up winning the talent show.
No shit. Okay, that's something that did not turn up in my research.
Yeah, and then I interviewed a Twitch staff member, dance battle with them. I TwitchCon, they invited me to they interviewed me at TwitchCon. The CEO has seen my work.
Whoa, Mr. Bowtie?
Yeah. Yeah, the CEO of Twitch.
No shit. Okay. So, do you know what caused that jump from 30 to holy shit numbers? Like, was there one specific thing, a clip, a stream?
Oh, Kit Boga. Like even with that Raj Patel raid, I still eventually went back to 30 to 50. And it's because, when his community is very like uh it's very not really community based, it's kind of just entertainment based. Like
Sure.
they want to see something either eye candy or something. But then when you get like a host from a content creator who focuses more on his community, which I feel Kit Boga does a really good job at what he knows what he's creating and he sticks to it. When his raid came, it was a lot different in level of support. Like the people coming back were very much like I freaking like this and they stayed. Whereas in the other raids I've had, it was more like, hey, this is funny, but I gotta go.
See you, bud.
Or it was just like, or it was very demanding, like, hey, do this, do that, do this.
Mm.
Never mind, I'm going, and it was just like, yeah,
Want to squat up? All right, I'm out of here.
yeah.
And how long ago was that?
I don't like about 2 months ago.
Wow.
3 months ago, maybe now.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been going 3 months now. I don't know how much longer we can keep going without having to get another job.
Well, I mean, just like you were saying before, there's going to be days where you're going to wake up and think of something and try to implement it. And that's where like the creative juices like really start burning, is because like, oh man, okay, I actually have to start coming up with other ideas and to keep the attention of people. Cause you know, like their attention only lasts so long, right?
Yeah.
What, as far as like so you were talking about kind of like a life pivot when you were at your other jobs and you were still kind of doing YouTube. Was there any like one moment that sort of like kind of pivoted you in this direction? Because like I know a little bit about kind of your past with school, because you graduated from MIT, right?
Where'd you get that from?
Holy mic static.
Oh my God.
You just...
Is this...
Oh, it's fine now. That...
Did it happen again?
Yeah, do that again. That was so weird.
Every time I do that?
Not the last time, but the the 2 times before that. You're fine now. That was oddly timed. That was insane. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't your Twitter profile say MIT grad?
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look at it again.
MIT graduate.
Keep going.
Zumba instructor. Oh, compulsive liar. Fuck. I didn't make it that far. God damn it.
You should check that out, because a lot of people keep looking at just the MIT.
Like, oh my God, this guy is super smart.
I'm the stupidest person in the world, I'll tell you that.
No, I must be the dumbass because I saw it. I'm like, okay.
My SAT scores were so low. I thought I was mentally challenged.
Zumba instructor, okay, probably. I was like, oh, compulsive liar. That's actually kind of funny. I was expecting to see like, I don't know, like keyboard warrior after that as well. But okay, so not an MIT graduate, but when did you kind of start getting into like the content creation? Have you always been a creative person from like birth up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I was born like this. No, I've always wanted to express myself since the beginning of time, and it was more like, how do I sustain myself doing it? You know?
Right.
I've never cared about trying to be relatable or trendy or you know, like the whole like you got to play this game if you want to get views, etc., etc. I'm just like, what about you got to just create to create?
Right.
What happened to just, because you know, when YouTube was becoming a thing, it opened doors to plethora of actual creators, people who liked to express themselves, and there was just a ton of creators on YouTube, and it was such a golden age. I was just like, oh my God, this guy's hilarious, this guy's funny, this guy's this guy's this guy's that. There was no chase. There was no chase for there was no clickbait. There was no like, oh, you got to do these kind of videos, you got to do challenges. It was just people genuinely being themselves. And I think that's what Twitch lacks. I think Twitch has that platform where you can actually support yourself while being a creator, but there's a lack of creators,
We're
and I'm somehow taking advantage of it because a lot of people come to me and it's like, I've never seen this before. I was like, really? Because it's possible to anyone. All you gotta do is just like, I'm really stupid. Like, you can do this on your own. But then people have this preconception that Twitch is just for video games, you know?
incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you play any games at all? I've never seen you play any games.
I used to play games, and at some point I will, but then right now I'm developing my own video game.
Oh.
It's called TheSushiDragon 3 Duty Battlefield 19.
Duty as in poop?
I just I'm right now I'm so caught up with the OBS mass fixing that I haven't had time to play games.
Yep.
But I used to play Fortnite all the time because it connected with my ADD a lot, you know, just like the whole building and shooting. I liked it versus CS Counter-Strike Source, where it was just like, oh, I got to aim really good, a lot of hyper focusing, and it was just like I was just super tired from that. I liked moving around, clicking a bunch of different stuff. You know?
I don't think I ever would have pegged you for, not that like Fortnite players are certain type of people, but like that was probably the last thing that I would have expected you said you would have played.
Well, because like, take a look. You know how I do my OBS effects, right? I'm constantly clicking buttons, right?
Yep.
So with Fortnite, you're dealing with not just aiming and shooting. You're dealing with building while aiming, while shooting. So there's a lot more situational awareness versus I don't know, like there's a lot of multitasking. I love that fact of Fortnite. A lot of people hate that. I actually really liked Fortnite before it was, before it overtook PUBG. And I was like, wow, this game and it was super smooth too. And I was just like, wow, I like this game. And it was like PUBG was it was very slow paced for me. I got very tired.
Yeah,
but
same.
Fortnite for me was just like, there's always something you could do. Like, and I was just, that's what kept my ADD stimulated.
Okay.
And I would I love changing the keys, which is to build. And I had a really good system building on my mouse, fighting with my keyboard. And I related a lot to it. But then, Fortnite became the new thing to hate. And
yeah.
If there's one thing that exhausts a streamer more than creating, it's probably having to deal with the trolls when you're already tired,
Yep. Yeah, always having to have that like defense system up. It's like you're just trying to have fun and entertain.
Yeah, you're just trying to express yourself, like literally the good and the bad, and then like they come in when they see you at your bad and like try to like hit you while you're down, and it's just like well.
Do you find it way easier to deflect that sort of kind of stuff with the content that you're doing now rather than?
Yeah, definitely no, because and when you have a community, when you don't have a community and that's the only thing you see, it's so discouraging. Yeah.
Yep. Have you ever gotten tilted from a troll? Like, has it ever ruined a stream for you?
Maybe for like 5 seconds.
Okay, so never like, wow, that just derailed my entire day.
No, yeah, I mean it shouldn't, at the same, because you're on a public platform. It's gonna happen whether you're big or you're small, and I think strengthening your perspective off of it is very important, rather than like silencing them and being sensitive to it.
Yep.
So I just got stronger over the years.
Did you ever have a problem with that on YouTube?
No, because YouTube, I like all the comments were good.
Back in what, 2011?
Yeah, I was spoiled. Like everyone was just like, they were super supportive. Like, keep doing it. I love it. It's like, yeah, it's like, all right, I keep doing it. And I just kept doing it. It's like, it's a little hard to do, and it's like, and but then Twitch was a lot different because Twitch, it's like you can be discovered by anyone. And I think that's what I miss on YouTube is that you can't discover. There's no discovery on YouTube anymore. On Twitch, it's like literally one of the best things on Twitch is you raid someone and you discover something new. It's crazy.
My
It's part of the culture. Discovery is part of Twitch culture.
and
And
there's
I hope to
so
learn
many
it.
different ways to get discovered now.
Yeah, yeah.
One of my favorite things to do. I was actually just talking about this with some friends while we were playing Smash the other day. I will purposely leave like multiple tabs of streamer friends that I know open overnight because during the next 12 hours while you're asleep, or 18 hours when you're asleep and then go to work, through a series of hosts and raids, you can end up at channels that you never would have seen before. And I found a couple cool people.
I get that too. Yeah.
And sometimes you come back to your computer and you're like, where the fuck did I end up?
Yeah, and you know what was cool was when Twitch came up to me and really really promoted the hell out of me. And I was not advertiser friendly at all. I swear a lot. Even with the whole beeping thing is just for comedic purposes. I don't really care. If I swear. And it's mostly just to stimulate that need for stimulation with ADD. I just want to keep clicking something, so that's why I hit the beep button. And what do you call it? Twitch really I was very small. I was only an affiliate at the time. And they really just came to me and said, "Hey, do this, do that, do this. We want you here." Like they didn't care that I wasn't a big streamer. They genuinely enjoyed what I created. And that type of feeling you just don't get. It's so rare to feel these days because people only care about your numbers. They don't really care about what you create. So when they really had me on these like interviews, everyone's like super supportive. I was like, it was such a really intense feeling, and they don't do that a lot. They don't even do that on YouTube anymore. You don't see small YouTubers collaborating with other YouTubers. It's just they only collaborate with you because you're big. You're trending. You're the next big YouTube. You're the big YouTuber collaborating with another big YouTuber. It's like the rich get richer, and yeah.
Do you that's actually a really good point, because one of the things I noticed when I was going back and looking at TwitchCon panels from this past year, they had anywhere from people with 20 average viewers to 2,000. And even those same people on the same panels. Like one of the most famous clips that went live or that got exposure from the last TwitchCon was Bike Man and that guy who said that, "Oh, I feel like I'm better than the normal person." Like that whole clip. And that was like a huge streamer and a small streamer on the same panel. I'm like, that's actually really awesome that they're giving that platform to people regardless of their numbers, because it's all about like mindset and the content quality and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really real.
Did you know what you were going to do when you left YouTube? Like when you left YouTube and you were segueing over to Twitch?
No, I was pretty dark. I actually isolated. Like it was like 4 years of nothing.
Really?
I think I threw away 4 years of my life. I was working at Ross, trying to pay off all that debt, student loans, etc. Yeah, I went to school at the time too. And I just never thought I would. I thought, on the back of my head, I was like, maybe I'll go back to YouTube. I kept on like the entire 4 years of not creating. I just kept on writing ideas down in my Google Docs, and I had a huge list. And I was like, one day I'll be able to create these videos again. And it was just like I kept on wanting to create something. I would create these small videos and send them to my friends who were still content creators at the time. They would always laugh. It was like, dude, you gotta make videos again. It's like I can't, like I don't have a camera. I was living in this really small closet studio where they didn't even have a kitchen. I did my dishes in my bathroom sink.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's how I survived in LA at the time. It was this really dainty studio that wasn't even a home. It was just like one room connected to like one bathroom, and there was no kitchen. It was just, I don't know what it was.
Holy
Yeah,
hell.
we had I got one of those like portable stoves.
Oh, the little like plug-in coiled like
Yeah, and I
stovetops.
did that. Yeah, I did that for like 3 years.
And so okay, so when you were in that moment, like that was like the dead moment in between YouTube and
Oh
Twitch.
yeah, Twitch is what, during that moment of like complete deadness and creativity, I turned to Twitch. I honestly needed something because I was really dying here, and then like I thought Twitch was just a video game site. You know, when I was a YouTuber and I heard about Twitch, I was like, oh, Twitch is like that gaming website. I was like, I don't have time to game. Like I want to create and express myself. And then at the time, it still was a gaming website. You would literally get banned if you weren't gaming for more than 20 minutes.
Yep.
Like there would be mods timing you, or like admins timing you. This guy's been talking to his chat for 20 minutes. He's gonna get a warning. You know, he's not doing gameplay, and I just didn't like that. You know, I wanted gameplay, but I wanted to be creative. I didn't want to watch a guy playing a game. I wanted to watch a guy genuinely enjoying it with the people watching with him. You know, it's the whole live aspect. Otherwise, I could just watch a let's play on YouTube.
It's actually funny that you bring that up because I forgot that I streamed during that time where you weren't allowed to not play video
Yeah,
games for a certain amount of time. And
yeah.
I honestly, until you said that, I had completely forgotten
Okay.
about it.
I know it's crazy how Twitch changed.
And now, like, I
But
usually
yeah,
spend a half an hour to 45 minutes just sitting and talking to chat before I even get into video games. Like, I can't even imagine not
yeah,
being able to do that.
yeah. Right. And the thing is with Twitch, um, I found this. I was interested in this Overwatch game everyone was talking about. It was super hyped. The Reddit was like, it was the fastest growing Reddit, and I was like, all right, it's I don't invest into film anymore, so I might as well try getting into my primary passion was building a PC for the first time. So in those 4 years, I learned how to build my own PC. I did a lot of research with parts and what games run. Then I found Twitch, and then I was like interested in Overwatch, and I found this one streamer. Her name was Foosly, right? And she wasn't. I looked at her and I was like, this woman is really entertaining, and but she's not playing the video game. And I was just like, and then it's just like I'm looking, and then I opened up the chat and I was like, wow, this chat and streamers bouncing off each other. It's not just I'm not just watching someone play a game, and I loved it. It was super entertaining. It was like it was constant energy. You know, with YouTube, it's just YouTuber versus viewer. Like you create, viewer watches, and creator needs to find a way to sustain that kind of system. Otherwise, viewer will end up stop watching, and that's what exhausted me the most as a YouTuber. That's why I ended up giving up, even if I didn't have those loopholes. It was just I'm not HBO. I'm just one man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't produce something even though I would want to, all my ideas by myself. And it was just really exhausting or it was just impossible to sustain. But when I saw her, how the chat room was bouncing off her, I saw constant content being made because I keep saying this, I felt chat was creating 50% of the content, and streamer was pretty much the foundation of it.
I feel
And it
like
was
that
like
every day.
50-50. Yeah, I was like, this is amazing. This is what I want. Like, I don't want to just play video games and have someone watch me and then maybe donate money. I wanted that. I wanted what she was having, and then I began my journey to become a streamer ever since. I made sure every time what I was streaming was I wanted to genuinely express myself, which was excitement when I was playing Overwatch. I was excited about winning. I wanted to get up. I wanted to do something every time I won. And I would like do all these like these really silly like sound effects and greens, like really cheap green screen. Like I had just one green screen background, and I would just do whatever I want with it. Or while I was gaming, I would add all these effects just to add more immersion. Because that's what I loved about video games, was that like those really competitive moments, because it's unscripted. You don't know what's gonna come up next. What will he do? You know, that's what I thought was entertaining with video games. It was never the whole like, oh, I can kind of predict where it's just gonna go. It was that's why I love competitive video games. And I just evolved from there. Like I wanted, I wanted to do more. I wanted to express myself more, and I was like, oh wow, I learned more about OBS. I was like, I can do all this stuff, and I was like, wow, I don't need Overwatch anymore to entertain myself. I have this program called OBS, and then I started developing the whole set each month, and then it became to what is it now, my own video game. I developed my own video game. It's called the TheSushiDragon Experience.
So,
Immersive experience.
at what point during those 4 years when you weren't doing anything, were you keeping an eye on Twitch towards the end there?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
watching. I know then. Yeah, like I was just watching Twitch. Like that was my life. Like I've been a viewer on Twitch longer than I've been a streamer.
wow. Okay.
And when I would watch a stream, I knew what I liked about the stream. I knew what I felt, like the atmosphere that I wanted. Like I was like, you know what? One day I'll stream when I have the equipment. And it's like, and if I do, this is what I'm gonna go for because I like this. I genuinely like this. And I would go to I would find more streams like Future Man Gaming. And it's
Yeah.
like I love this guy's attitude. I love this I love the FMG Bros. Every time a sub would see another sub, it was like FMG Bros, what's up? And I was like, that's a fucking community right there.
Yep.
Or you know, and then when I would watch like big streamers where it's just a huge meme chat, and I'm just like, I just close off chat and I would just watch the streamer, and it's just like this is kind of like this feels time, but this is not what I would want.
Yep.
Like I wouldn't want that kind of connection. It's just watching a let's play video, and it would get bored for me personally. So I never followed that kind of streams.
Future Man has.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Future Man has inspired me in so many ways. He was one of the first larger streamers that I got into. He was my longest running sub. I was a sub to him for 3 years. 3 years and a month. Just like you said, the FMG Bros thing, I saw that and I was like, okay, that is somebody who really put some thought into finding a way where the community could interact with each other. And it was just like an extra thing. And that was a huge inspiration for my emote, the wiggity wiggity woo, brother.
In Hawaii, this is called the Shaka. Are you inspired by Hawaii?
No.
I see you have I thought you were Hawaiian. I thought you knew that's the Shaka. This is a Hawaiian. The locals would do this all the time to each other.
So, like me being the like uncultured Caucasian swine that I am, this is kind of just like what's good. Surfs up.
I thought you were California. Yeah, surfs up. That's a California thing. You're not even in California. What are you doing?
I just I wanted something other than a hello, how's it going? Just like something to identify with that just like, you know, do you know what OK stands for?
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So OK stands for Old Kinderhook. And I can't remember the exact.
What?
Yeah. So, fuck, where did I learn this from? Silver Lining Playbook. Bradley Cooper.
God. You watched?
Dude, it's a great fucking movie.
My ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I watched it with my ex-girlfriend.
So yeah,
weird. I watched that movie. Yeah.
There was a group of guys that were called Old Kinderhook, and whenever they would talk about some other dudes, they'd be like, "Yeah, that dude's okay. He's old Kinderhook. You know, he's good. He's a good dude." So to me, that was like having that as like the universal sign for like, what's good. It was just something to just kind of like bring people together and something that chat could do with each other when people join the stream. Because every time I would join a Future Man Gaming stream and say what up, like my entire chat would turn red from people tagging me and doing FMG Bros. And
I gotta get one too now.
That was so inspirational to me. I was like, that is exactly what I want to happen in my channel. When somebody joins, I want people to say what up. If people are leaving, I want them to say goodbye. Because I have never gotten that sort of feel from any other channel like I did with this. There's other people who do a really good job with it, but Future Man has always, like his community has always been 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because like most people, like, I don't know about you, and if this is you, this isn't a dig at you, when affiliates get their first emote, it's like my face, like orgasm or hype. And it's like my idea was, no, I need to take my first emote and find a way that the community can use it, and it'd be a way that they can connect with each other, and not just
my first emote. Yeah, my first emote is me blowing fire.
And that makes completely sense. Completely sense.
Yeah,
That makes complete sense.
I made the emote before I even started doing the sub fire thing. Cause like I was like, ooh, I want something dragon related, and then I started blowing fire for every subscription, and it matches the emote. It's crazy.
Now, the crazy thing is when I rated you, I had no idea the interviews were a thing. I had, and so like I'm like standing up, getting ready to take my headphones off and go to bed, and you're like, "Hey, you got time for an interview?" And I'm like, "What did he just?" He wasn't talking to me, right? He wasn't talking to me. And he was like, "Knackers, you want an interview?" I'm like, "Oh God, no, not tonight, please."
I know, especially after streamed it. I expect to know, but just in case they. Just because I have an ADD, like I'm never gonna be able to like catch up with them on off stream. So I'm just like, oh, might as well do it now. I was like, and if they have energy left, fuck it, let's go.
Yep. And I passed out after that.
Yeah, you committed, dude. I knew you would, like, as soon as I knew who you were, I was like, I knew you would say yes, Because I saw you, like, it's funny because how I found you first before you even knew, and then I saw you tag me on Twitter, and I was like, dude, this guy knows me. And then you rated me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So
that's discovery, natural discovery.
And that's without the crazy thing is, so I did that OBS fundraiser. And then I woke up the next morning and my Streamlabs stream labels was still open from the other day. And at the top of the list, it says the Sushi Dragon has followed. And I went, no fucking way. I screen capped it. I sent it.
It was right after the label thing. Oh, sorry, I'm on the pod. I forgot to tell her.
Hello.
Hey, you want to say hi? The Snackers, yeah. OBS.
Hello.
Legend.
The last time I saw her, she was pulling up with In-N-Out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I screen capped it. I sent it to two of my buddies. I'm like, dude, Sushi Dragon just fucking followed me. What the hell is going on? This isn't real. This has to be a separate account. Because that
guy must be cool.
Yeah, I had just sent a clip of you to them. It was you had gotten like a 10,000 bit donation, and you were off cam. Like one of your keypads wasn't working, and you were like, fuck, Hodor, and then you went off camera. This bit tip came in. And then you came into camera and you let out one of the most high-pitched screams I've ever heard from a man. And I laughed so fucking hard. And
I hated that clip. I didn't even think that was funny. You laughed at that?
I laughed out loud. I've probably watched that clip 20 times. I actually loaded up that clip today to try and get a screen cap of you to use for the Twitter promo post.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
yeah. So yeah, that's crazy how you discovered. I can't believe you reacted like that. Come on, man.
Dude, because like when you see, because like, okay, here's the weird thing. I've known about you
nobody, man.
For probably 3 to 4 months, I would say. And
wow,
because I peruse live stream fails every once in a while, and you were on there for a good bit. It was like, holy fuck, this dude's setup is insane. And I'm trying to remember the very first clip I saw of you. I think, was there a popular clip of your response to a Kitboga raid?
Yeah. That's my most popular clip, is when he raided me.
I think that is the first one that I saw.
Yeah.
And then I'd always like sort of kind of kept tabs on you. And like every time a clip I'm like, oh, Sushi Dragon clip, click it. Let me see this shit. And then, yeah, just to see when my following list was like Heart stopped for like a quick second. I'm like, what? No, wait. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. But yeah,
it's Twitch, right? You know, everyone just follows each other. There's really no like, there's really no caste system. Like, oh, you know, YouTuber versus YouTuber. It's just people streaming, man.
yep. And
You never know what's gonna happen next.
And likewise, because the second I heard, hey, do you want to do an interview? That I've never rated somebody, and then they say, hey, come on, like come on the show. And then I saw one of the funniest fucking things he did. I'm not trying to brown nose you, but when you zoom in on your feet and you have a little love seat for just your feet, that's fucking hilarious.
Accident. That was actually an accident. I've been meaning to take that seat off.
No,
everyone says no. Everyone says the. I was like, what? I have to like just like, because I have to like put my feet in this proper direction just so it lands on the chair. But people keep saying, dude, it's hilarious. I'm just like, okay, I'll leave it in.
You have to leave it. Please, God, leave it.
Yeah.
Well, before we jump into a question and answer portion, do you have anything that you wanted to touch on?
Putting
you on the spot.
Geez, not really. I just when I saw your stream, I like saw the lights, I saw the technical smoothness of it, and I was like, man, this guy's what I wish I could do. You know, with like everything going off at the same time.
What do you mean?
You just like you're like dancing and you're like zoom in. I was like
see, and that's we kind of have the same mindset where I play video games on Twitch, but I don't ever think that me playing video games will be the reason that I quote unquote make it. I love video games, but I don't want to play video games for 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
I have no desire of doing that whatsoever. And it just goes to show you that there's so many other things that you could be doing and having a good time.
Twitch, yeah, and that's the thing. It's having a good time. It's what you're selling on a streamer is just a genuine good time, and you can find the best content anywhere else, either freaking Netflix or HBO, and that's where if you want a good content, that's where you go to pay for it. But on Twitch, you find stuff that you just literally can't experience anywhere else, and that's just having a genuine good time with real people. No producers, no writers.
Yep.
It's all unscripted. It's what you want. It's what you get out of it.
Right. If anyone wants to see the hilarious clip, I'll throw that in chat because that's that's one of my all-time favorites. But we shall get into the question and answer part of the show. And also, chat, I forgot to change all the scenes down below while we were going through the show. I was way too immersed. Sorry. And sorry, Vance, since you have to edit this podcast later. All right. First question. I actually got this one from Instagram. It's from Mr. Vance Man. It's a two-parter. First part, how often do you come up with an idea for an OBS scene?
Oh, all the time. I have a huge list that I need to get back to.
What do you use to collect your ideas?
It's either the whiteboard on that connect. It's not even a whiteboard. It's one of those like sticky whiteboard attachments you get at Walmart, and I just put it on the back of my drywall. I just bought 2 drywalls at Home Depot, and I just used it to separate my green room and my broadcast room.
You did that recently, right?
Not recent, but when I moved here, I did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I'm out and about or in the shower, I write it on my phone. So I have a notes app.
You've actually written notes in your phone in the shower?
Yeah, because it's waterproof.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
I have a huge list.
Good.
You can see this.
Don't give away all your secrets.
I mean, a lot of people say like I had this one guy say like, he would say like, dude, why do you tell people you use voice attack and all this stuff? Like, you're giving away all your secrets. I'm just like, you're like a magician giving away secrets. It's like, it's not secret because like I learned all this from YouTube, like, and from creators who took the time to make these tutorials. If everything was kept a secret, there was no way I'd be able to express myself the way I do now.
Right.
And that's why it's if someone asks me how do I do this, and if I have the time to tell them, it's like, oh, it's easy. You can do it yourself. It's all hotkey. I don't program anything. It's all hotkeys. It's all scenes within scenes. it's just a lot of discovering. Just open up OBS and you can find out a, a bunch of different filters, and it's just really fun to use. There's no secret to it. And the only apps I use are Voice Attack and OBS and Voice Meter, and that's all free. That's I mean, Voice Attack isn't, but it's only $10, and I love the developer. He's a super chill guy, but all these like people made these apps for free, and uh take advantage of it.
Yep.
Like Voice Meter is free, and it's incredible what you can do with Voice Meter.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's incredibly customizable to what you want to do. You don't have to follow me. I do it because I do what I do, not because I'm trying to be different. I do what I do because I genuinely feel this is how I can express myself. I've never followed on that wagon of like, oh, I'm doing it just because no one else is doing it, you know?
Right.
It's just that kind of reason is very dry. It doesn't go anywhere other than you got to keep putting effort into something that you don't want to do. Yeah. Anyways, what was? Sorry.
No, it was how often do you come up with ideas for OBS?
Oh yeah.
With its second part being, what's the time frame between sprouting the idea and actually using the scene?
Oh yeah, that's been driving me crazy recently. Some ideas like I've been starting to like make a small version of the idea and to see if it works out. Then I master it, or then I really implement the full idea. And then there are some ideas where it's just a really good idea. I just spend all that day just make sure it implements itself correctly. Some ideas take forever, some ideas don't. Some ideas like works once I fix the other idea. Like there's like they're layered, they're all connected. Like I have all these old ideas that I want to bring back because I know it's good, but I need to like divert. I need to like figure out the time for it.
There's that, and then there's also, you can have a fantastic idea, but you have to wait for the right time to use it, or else it'll seem completely out of place, and then it completely flops.
Yeah. That's the thing with me. I like, I stream like 8 hours, so like 8 hours. Like I have all that time to fail, and I spend all that time to eventually master, and then we sometimes we normally get a clutch, and it's amazing to see. Yeah, it's like playing a video game. It's like improving in a video game. You stream, when you're a competitive gamer, you stream all this time and you get better and better, and you come up with these clips and clutches that everyone enjoys and shares. It's kind of like how I work,
Right.
You get an idea, you just go for it. You don't try to find perfection. You just you improve. You find improvement. If you're not struggling, you're not improving.
Right. 100%.
That's how I get over the struggles.
So you said Google Docs is how you do it, or like a notes app?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I have there's an iOS app called Clear, where you open the app and then you pull down and you can immediately like start typing. Like that app is my quickest way to get my phone out and start typing the idea before it leaves my head and it's gone forever. Yeah. That's one of the most important things for me when it comes to holding ideas. The amount of times that I'm trying to fall asleep and then I think of something, I get out of bed, grab my phone, type it out, put it down. For me,
that's the only reason why my sleep schedule got so messed up, was because you get all this adrenaline from streaming, and then like I was like, all right, I gotta go to bed, and then like all these adrenaline starts creating new ideas, and you can't go to sleep, and your sleep schedule is just messed up.
Yep. That happens to me pretty often. It's like the racing mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, I for me, the time frame between sprouting the idea, I have ideas in my app. So I have like, when I need to write down something super quick, I throw it into Clear. And then when I need an idea that needs developing, I'll throw it in Wunderlist, because Wunderlist has like a checklist of stuff. And as soon as I
have a checklist. I love the checklist, helps too. It's still get
that little dopamine when you hit the ding ding ding.
Yeah, it's mostly like managing my head is definitely something that you kind of have to learn.
Yep.
Because sometimes you get lost.
Yeah. And especially and that's just you trying to manage yourself, before you have to manage everything and everybody else.
Yeah.
All right. Next question from Middle Age Stream, also from Instagram. What's a simple way to add variety to a stream when switching scenes? Any suggestions on how to add variety without having to, say, memorize millions of scenes for a handheld device? Asking for a friend. Are you getting cold?
Yeah, getting a little cold. You just variety of scenes. It just, gosh, it's like there's no formula for this. You have to ask yourself what generally entertains you, right? And then what part of your personality um can you implement that adds variety? Like
Mm-hmm.
what sticks to you? And then you ask yourself that, and you put that into the program. Like the whole zooming, the whole like this. I zoom in a lot. I use sound effects a lot. I don't do it because I'm trying to add variety to it. I'm doing it because it sticks with me. Like I'm generally entertained by it.
And yeah, you think it's
Um,
funny.
yeah. So when you want to add, I don't know, when people ask me like what can I do, my always answer is like you gotta kind of have to find it yourself.
You have to, yeah, you kind
It's
of,
like everyone's different. Everyone's different. Yeah.
because you'll like even simple things, like just changing from a full screen
Yeah.
camera scene to a scene that maybe has gameplay. You'll notice, like me, I have instantaneous scene switch. I don't want
Yeah.
any fading. I don't want any like logos or branding to flash across the stream. I want to get where I'm going immediately as soon as I'm ready to do it. And the
Yeah.
quick like flashing images and constantly moving around, that is how I prefer to view stuff. And that
Yeah.
I just want the quick reactions, because I feel anything that goes in between me and what I want to do next is just kind of like latency. It's like life latency. I want to do
Yeah.
things like instantaneous. I don't want to have to wait for scenes to populate or for like animations to happen. So I don't really do anything like that. Whenever I'm switching scenes, it's just done, 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 done. But that kind of fits my, not necessarily my brand, but just kind of, yeah, like my personality. Like that's just fitting for
Great.
me.
Yeah. Um. I would say. What? Geez. What was I thinking? About. Oh yeah, variety. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, I said I gotta work on that answer, I guess. But yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, we can't answer them all, right?
Yeah.
All right, next question. From Gigantic Gent. How much time did it take to create and think of all of your explosions, different scenes, and audio for your stream?
It's all really over time. Yeah, the one thing I love about OBS versus Twitch versus YouTube. On YouTube, you write an idea, you film the idea, you edit the idea, you upload it, and it's done. People watch it, they enjoy it, and it's gone. With Twitch, you get an idea, you implement the idea, you add that idea, and you can keep using that idea for the rest of your streaming career.
Right.
And that's what I love about it. It's like constantly improving your soul. It's like this OBS program, to me, it's a part of me. It's a part of my soul, of my ideas, and it doesn't go away after it's done. I see it come to life each time I turn on the stream. With YouTube, once something's done, you view it, it's gone for the most part. You can come back to it again next year or a month after and maybe find a little bit. But with streaming, you add more to it, you improve more to it, and you can see it over time. If you watch a streamer, how much they've grown, you can see personal visual audio growth versus YouTube. All you see is numbers growth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see what they've created from how, like, the first video you enjoyed. You see what they do now, and you're like, oh, I don't like this video, I'm gonna stop watching. I like his old videos instead. With streaming, it's more like you're constantly being yourself. With how I stream, I'm constantly improving myself, and I love that fact. And how long it takes is just how much time you want to invest, how much free time you want to invest to creating something that speaks to you.
For going back to kind of how we keep track of ideas. So I have this in two different apps. I have my quick jot down app where I write down ideas, and then I have my other app where I can write full out paragraphs on ideas if I want. So on the days that I don't stream, if I know that I have 2 hours of free time, I sit down, I pull up my phone, and I look at, okay, what ideas do I sort of have a grasp on right now, and what can I expand on? And then I grab those ideas, I throw them into a Word document, and then I start typing up other things. And then eventually you get to a point where that idea is so developed that it's time to get implemented. And then you just kind of like you just move on to the next one. And
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I've done it. It's an everyday thing. Like every single day when I'm driving, when I'm trying to fall asleep, while I'm cooking, my mind is just thinking.
That's why it takes long to eat sometimes. I'm just like, oh, more ideas.
Yeah.
You ever take long poops because of it?
Yes. Like so long the legs go numb, and then you got those dark red circles on your kneecaps.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the questions from the social media. We got a couple from chat. First one from Monty. Why is there half a mannequin in his garage?
Those are actually what I call placeholders. You know, when I'm like making new effects, I can't be in two places at once. So I actually hang the mannequin to make it seem like it's me. So I can like adjust color effects, positioning mostly. And that's what I use it for. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this in action yet, and I kind of need to.
Yeah. How I start the stream, I normally have the mannequin up and I adjust the cameras. The other half of mannequin, this one was like my previous placeholder, but then it broke, and I actually got that one because I wanted to do some like acting improv with it. I actually don't have a good answer for that. I bought a mannequin for $40 and
that's it.
I did some weird stuff with it. Yeah, I did some weird stuff with it, and I don't want to talk about
it. All right, next question.
Yeah.
Do you always stream in the garage from Wiccan?
Yes, now I do.
Okay.
I mean, I used to stream in a closet, and before the closet, I would stream in my friend's living room. And when I got kicked out of that one, I used to stream in, a closet. I went back to the closet.
You're just a prime example of doing what needs to be done in order to create the content that you want.
Yeah, because why not? It was okay. So I first started when I was playing Overwatch. I got really excited. I did a lot of yelling, and it's just the noise was so bad. It was in my room, so I was like, I can't really stream the way I do. You know, I'm a loud streamer, and I know I am a loud streamer, and I hate when I watch loud streamers where their microphone is so imbalanced from their gameplay that it's just like I turn the volume all the way low, and at that point there's no immersion because I can't even hear their gameplay anymore.
Right.
And sometimes they're talking really low, and then they shout, and then it's just like it hurts my ears. So when I said I wanted to be, when I knew I was going to be a loud streamer, I took the time out to learn how to use a compressor. And the compressor is really good because every time you get super loud, it automatically makes it lower, and it only happens when you get loud.
Yep.
But when you're soft, it's normalized, and that's I feel like more streamers don't do enough, especially the really big ones who can afford to learn how to do it.
My community knows me before the compressor days, and they were not fun because I scream.
Oh, same here, yeah.
All the time. Like I don't know how to. I feel like if I was to go back and look at my Discord messages from the past year and look at which ones are in all caps and which ones aren't, it's probably 50-50. I don't know how to express myself if I'm not screaming or typing in all caps.
Yeah. And that got me in trouble. So, and then I asked my friend, like, hey, can I stream at your place? Because he like lives in downtown LA. No one, it's so loud. There's so many cars going by. No one gives a shit. And then I did that, and I did that for a really good time. And then I started like moving around a lot because I thought I could express myself. I had a huge ass green screen. And then the downstairs neighbor was his leasing agent or leasing manager or leasing the girl who works at the leasing office. And she would say like, I hear weird stuff and like shouting and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, I want to get my friend in trouble, and he's not even like making me pay to stream here. And I would drive back. I would drive an hour or two there just to stream.
Wow.
I would stay there for a couple of days. I would stream like 2 times a week. Like every in the weekend, and I would come back. I would bring all my equipment there, and in exchange, he can use my equipment when I'm not there. You know.
Holy
So that was a
shit,
deal.
dude.
And because I wanted to stream like that, because
It was that important.
why would yeah, it was that important, right? So then that didn't work out. It ended up costing me a lot of money. I went to the closet. I found out I found out I didn't go to the closet. I went back home. I brought most of my equipment back home, and I looked at the closet, and I was like, if I emptied out the closet, I think there's enough room to fit 3 monitors. And if I just route all the wires outside, like I put my computer right outside the closet door so it wouldn't overheat inside the closet.
Wow.
And I actually have a behind the scenes if you actually want to take a look at it. Are you in my Discord?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and look at behind the streams in my Discord. It's right underneath updates.
So this is what I was I was looking at your posts from this past week. I hadn't gone like back in time, but I'll have to do that because I want to see what you were working with.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way back, but you can see the garage. You can see it before and after.
A lot of mannequin pictures.
Yeah, it's my placeholder. What else am I gonna,
I don't know. Like no judgment here.
Do you see the closet that I emptied out?
I see 3 images up, maybe?
Yeah, before and after. It says before and after.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So that was the prototype green room. Basically, when I would stream, I would put up the mattress so I could have enough room to dance.
Do your thing.
Yeah. And then after stream, I would put the mattress down and go to sleep.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
And all the cameras were left there because I didn't want to move them around because it was such a bitch.
Dude, yeah, that would have been insane. Too much.
Yeah. So it worked out. Everything could fit in the closet, and I could scream as loud as I can, and no one could hear me, especially with the door closed. And I could blast music and everything.
People always ask me how many times. I've only had the cops called on me once, and that's because I had like a window sort of open. But they always ask me, how do you not get the cops called on you all the time? I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. It's good walls, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Next question, also from Wiccan. Jerky or beef sticks?
Aren't they the same?
No, the beef chicks are like beef chicks. Slim Jim.
I like Slim Jims, but I haven't had it. I haven't found good jerky in a while.
Okay. We have a lot of good jerky around here. We have one place called Beef Jerky Outlet, and it's
super jerky these days at the store. They're super sweet. I don't know. It's like and it's not the teriyaki kind. It's the original, and they're super sweet. I'm just like, what happened to the old like smoked flavored jerky that wasn't sugary?
And I can't buy beef jerky from like a gas station or a supermarket. It's got to be from a jerky place. That's the only way I can eat it nowadays.
Yeah, I want to. Where are you from?
Metro Detroit area, Michigan.
Wow.
Far away. Yeah, we got a couple places. We have the Jerky Outlet, and then we also have Beef Jerky Unlimited. And Beef Jerky Unlimited, like you walk in and there's just barrels, like literal barrels that are just filled with jerky, and you just grab a brown paper bag, clamp some shit into your bag, and then they weigh it and you walk out. It's the best.
Ooh, you make me hungry, dude.
Best beef jerky I've ever had. It's so good.
I bet.
All right, next question from Nalavan. What's your favorite movie?
What a normie question. I don't want to answer that.
Wow!
You gotta get that normie. He sounds like a normie viewer. I don't think you should I don't think you should address those kind of people.
Shouldn't encourage them. Okay, 2 things that Sushi hates: cookie cutter questions
I'm just
and,
kidding.
and weave questions.
Well, that's the guy who helped my girlfriend get into TwitchCon.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it's a
He
homie,
gave up
bro.
his badge. I gotta say, man, that's
Gave up his badge.
yep. But no, he. I mean, you gotta have white knight moderators on all parts of Twitch. You know.
that is a wingman to the full extent. Holy shit.
No, he had an expeditioner badge.
Okay, that's a word.
Expeditionist.
Yeah,
He's a stripper.
expediter.
6-foot stripper. Yeah. He was working at Bebo at the time, so
Okay.
that was a huge save because that would have been like my girlfriend would have to drive back, and it was like a 3-hour drive with traffic.
So now you have to answer the question.
Oh yeah, definitely. I owe him a lot. My favorite movie or a weeb movie?
Any movie. A movie.
They change a lot, but it depends on the genre. My favorite sci-fi genre is still gonna be Interstellar, but my favorite rom-com sci-fi is Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, Jim Carrey. My favorite actor is Jim Carrey. Inspired a lot by him when I was young. Yeah, I have more so favorite animes than I do movies.
What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie? Okay, so wait, you said Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Is that your number one favorite?
I would say Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty? Okay. I think if I had to pick
Or Cable Guy.
I think Truman Show. Even though it's a little
Truman Show. Yeah, never mind. Truman Show. Okay.
It's a
Bruce
little
Almighty
less comedy, but it's just so fucking raw. It's such a great raw visceral.
Yeah.
Is that a word I can apply to this movie?
Visceral, yeah.
Very one of my all-time favorites. Okay, second and last question. Sushi, do you have any post stream rituals?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, right now I have a headache, so I guess I failed today. I have a checklist now. I try to reset my mind so I'm not like thinking about things while I'm streaming, because that's like the ultimate balance. Like right now, my life isn't too distraughtful, but there were times where in my streaming career, I had like some serious family issues. Whether you have family members going through out of control circumstances, and whether it's health related or not. And she's like, how do you not let those moments affect your ability to stream? Because it's your job, it's your work. You want to be able to pay the bills. You can't just
Got to go to work.
And it's just like yeah. And it's hard because like, how do you separate the two? You get used to it, but.
And then if you do manage to be able to turn that off when you go live, and then you have when the high wears off when you end, and then that all just comes rushing back.
Yeah. It's proper balance. Yep. And I meditate, especially when I get mental health is important. I feel like streamers focus too much on the grind and they forget about mental health. And just like I never support streamers that are just grinding it out because that's how you get subs, Yep. I always support streamers who are staying true to themselves and are looking for their best interests and not letting their private life manipulate their stream life, because at the end of the day there's still a donate button, there's still a subscribe button, and if you can't separate the two, you're gonna end up manipulating one of them.
Right. And one of them's not going to be true. Like one of them's going to be, I don't want to say fraud, but skewed. I'll go with skewed.
Skewed, yeah.
All right,
misguided maybe.
Right, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Last question, also from Middle Age Stream. For both of you, how do you... Holy, I can't see. How do you recharge your creative juices? By that, I mean, what helps you come up with new ideas or add to change your content when you watch your own
I go back to
VODs?
the first question.
Yeah.
I go back to that's my perfect Sunday is recharging, is finding creativity, watching a good movie, going out with your significant other or by yourself, take a freaking hike, skateboard. Your true inspiration comes from real life. Like you can't or like watch a good streamer that you haven't watched in a while. That's where I get my ideas. You gotta stay excited for your
That's a huge thing. Is like you have to get excited. Like it has to be like a natural born excitement, not a manufactured like, oh, I see what somebody else has and I want that, so I'm trying to come up with things because I want that moment. To your point of inspiration coming from real life, if I was to like break down all of the things that I think make my stream unique, they all tie back to something else, like an idea that I got from somebody else that I curated to be my own and then made it mine.
Yeah. I mean, I would say with also too, my ideas came a lot from streamers, like alerts. But then like I already have all that, so like I don't really need. Yeah, and like once you get all your favorite ideas from streamers, look back at your own stream. Like for example, I want to do this hilarious new alert idea for gifted subs. But I need time to film it and then execute it, and I think it would be hilarious. But right now I have an okay system that I'm okay with it, and by balancing time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever feel drained creatively?
No, I feel drained, like technically. Like I just like, and like it's such an exhausting feeling that you don't want to continue anymore. And I'm trying to like, I found ways to like get over that hoop. Like for example, my internet dying. I kind of just gave up. Like I was just like, wait, if this like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of if like my internet won't be fixed until next week? Like I might as well just take a vacation at this point.
Yep.
But then like I got out of it, and like I was like, I got my capture cards installed. I'm gonna check out the new camera. I'm returning the camera because it's not good for it what I want to do, but I'm getting another camera. But I want to test it out. I worked on my IRL backpack, my mobile OBS setup that I really want to see come to life. And what I do is I just get up and there's just like when your mind is just mentally exhausted, you need to balance it out with physicality. You like physical, because you like just because you're tired, you feel tired, but you haven't done anything, doesn't mean your body is done. Like the human body can handle more than this at the end of the day. So it's just like there's just an imbalance. So what I do is just I get up, I do some jumping jacks, I punch the air a little bit, do some shadow boxing, and then like it resets my brain, it pumps my brain, and I think that's how I've been able to stream the way I do for 8 hours, because I just realized that I'm balancing the two every time I stream. Like there's a lot of mental workload when you're dealing with people on when you're streaming, and then there's that physical that I'm doing, which is like trying to do insane clutches, whether it's gaming or dancing. And then I realized when I balance the two, I can keep going for a very long time. But when one overtakes the other, yeah, it's gonna feel exhausting.
Yep.
And I think it's just when you feel that creative exhaustion, I think you need to balance that. Yeah, the answer has always been in life balance. BALANCEDS. DF.
Z. I know years ago, I definitely had times where I felt exhausted creatively. But when I started taking physical and mental health into consideration, like every hour I get up, jumping jacks, push-ups, stretches of some sort while I'm streaming, a decent diet and exercise when I'm off stream, like those are all things that are super. he's doing it right now. Get it, buddy. Yeah, you go and get it.
hope it helps with the headache. I'm getting a little tired. So
like for me, it's I don't know, Cat. No, leave me alone. Go away. It's difficult for me to get burned out because, like, creatively, I'm never like, man, I have no ideas, because whenever I think of things, I write them down. And then when I finally have time to sit and actually like begin to create and develop my ideas, I have a laundry list of things that are ready to go that are just waiting to get picked to do things. So
yeah,
I always tell myself, like, something that I've taken seriously the past, I would say, year is there is no way that I can be my best version of myself and create a good show if I'm not taking my own physical and mental health seriously. Like,
yeah,
there's no way that I can be the best that I want if I'm not exercising, eating correctly, taking proper breaks, all that stuff. Like, you think of how worse your show would be if you were completely out of shape, unhealthy. You know, that would it just wouldn't be great.
forcing it.
Yep.
Yeah, just forcing. Yeah.
All right, dude. Well, that's all I got for the Q&A. You got
Thank
anything?
you, man. It was just the right time. Anything? What?
Anything else you wanna touch on? Anything you wanted to say before we close the shop?
Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching me talk. Thank you for enduring me. Sorry, I got a little distracted there.
It's Sunday.
This was a really, really good experience. Yeah, really good experience. I learned a lot. I learned good things. And I will always appreciate stuff like this, things like actions like these, and yeah, thank you for having me.
You're super welcome. I learned a lot, and of course, as always, I'm super inspired by you. It was an honor having you on the show and just being able to pick your brain a little bit.
That better be.
Mr. Sellout.
I want to swear. Yeah, this was really organized. Really cool. I want to do it one day.
What? Okay, so honest question. What's more exhausting, dancing and singing for 8 hours or talking for 2 hours straight?
They're both equally. Like, if I'm just talking to chat all day, I get exhausted. If I'm dancing all day, I have to balance the two. And that's why, yeah, that's what you gotta do, balance it.
There's people that come on the podcast that by the end of the 2 hours, they're like sort of kind of losing their voice or just getting drained. They're like, man,
Yeah,
it's kind of difficult just talking. Yeah, chat.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm done. Like, I was gonna say, like, after 8, like, oh, I need to get some food. But man, yeah, Godspeed to people who can do like really long podcasts, because I just need to get up, man. I can't sit still.
Was 2 hours too much for you?
No, it's perfect. A perfect amount. It was honestly perfect. When you ended, I was like, wow, like, look at the time. That's good. That was like a good pace.
2 hours,
Well, I don't know
man.
how you can do more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, usually after the 2 hour mark, it's like sort of kind of falls off, but that's always why I love the Q&A for the end of the show, because if things start getting like a little bit stale, chat always has questions that bring out fantastic responses. So it's all you, chat. Thank you.
You got it. You came with the good ones. Literally, I got re-sparked because of the chat questions. Not digging you on the cookie cutter ones. I'm just sometimes I just don't know what to say. That's what exhausts me. I just don't know what to say.
Right. Well, dude, your answers were great. You did fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, before we get out of here, do me a favor, reintroduce yourself. Please announce anything that you have coming up on your channel and anything cool you feel like sharing.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ming Lee Emo. If you've seen it, that's me. Let's not do that. Let's do that again. Can we edit that out?
It's live, but sorry.
Editor, can you edit that out, please? Take this out of the podcast. I do not give you consent to have this on the podcast. what's up, guys? It's your boy. I'm really out of it right now. Yeah, I'll tell you that much. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Not on this channel. Sub to Tim.
Yeah, Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
Tim.
What kind of streams you got coming up this next week?
Me?
Yeah. No, Santa Claus.
Can't answer that.
Okay.
You're gonna have to for me to know and you to find out.
All right, cool. We'll chat. There's lots of links.
That's called a cliffhanger. Good luck.
I thought you said you're gonna say cliff
Learn
hooker.
from the best.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a thing, right?
All of his social media links are in chat for you guys to check out, and that is going to be calling it a night for us. Thank you all so very much for tuning in to episode 79 of the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. Sushi Dragon, thank you again so very much for chilling with us. It was again an honor to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Let me give you some of my jutsu. Knacker's continuing to be himself jutsu. And now you are going to continue. You're being yourself. Good luck. Thank you so much. I'm a Discord partner. Check me out. I was eating the other day. I went out and I had my Discord partner hoodie, and I was like, I wonder if someone's gonna ask me. I was like, oh shit, you Discord? It's like, yeah, I Discord hard.
Yeah, bro.
Heart with me. But no one's gonna know shit about Discord in real life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sometimes, maybe at TwitchCon though.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, no one gives a shit anymore at TwitchCon. I'm sorry. Have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dick butt.
Dick butt all day, son.
Rap battle?
Look, you got enough for me tonight, okay? Just pick your battles.
Yeah,
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out with us. We will see you next weekend.
I couldn't look at the chat. I wanted to give him my full undivided attention.
I do the same. I kind of keep chat minimized for most of it.
No, you shouldn't. You should. Yeah, I guess you should with the podcast.
Yeah, because I gotta listen. I gotta listen to the guests. I gotta give the full attention so I can create the good conversation.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Sorry, that was a little weird with the yawning, man. Oh.
It's okay, man. It's a podcast.
Any advice? Any advice with the headaches?
Less headbands.
Okay.
That's the only thing I got. I don't get headaches that much, so I can't really say. Water? But you look like you drink a lot of water. I saw you carrying around like a jug.
Yeah. I'll check myself out.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be back here next Sunday for episode 80. It will be a free-for-all episode with Middle-Aged Stream, Salty Sam, and one other guest, and we will see you then. All right. Can I get a very nice, wholesome goodbye?
Goodbye.
Oh, thank you. That was beautiful. You did a great job. No one ever does it that good.
What?
I know. You did.
Are we live?
We're gonna go bye now.
Oh, okay.